Quick test. If I handed you this to-do list, would you start or would your brain quietly leave the building?
Today I'm going to show you Goblin Tools, the updated 8-minute tools, real examples through every one of them. Okay, now let's get started. Now by the end of this video you would have a clean plan from a messy brain dump, a time estimate that stops you lying to yourself, a way to rewrite messages without rewriting for 45 minutes, and a free Google Doc kit with the exact prompts and dummy data I'm using. I'll link to the kits in the description. You have a look at it so you can download it for free. Okay, so Goblin Tools are basically 8 tiny helpers for people who get stuck. You paste the messy thing in and it gives you the next usable step. Micro disclaimer here, don't overdo it. This is not medical advice. It's just a practical tool for getting moving. Okay, let's get started with the first tool, which is the magic to do. That's basically the main tool. So breaking things down so you don't. So what does this tool do for you? The magic to do turns one scary task into steps you can actually start. So let's go into the Google Doc. I'll share it with you later. We'll copy and paste some tasks that I've put in here. For example, can you clean my depression mess in the living room so I can walk around? We'll copy this, go into Goblin Tools. I'll paste this in there. Clean the depression mess in the living room so I can walk around. Now, this is going to break them down into simple steps. Now, this is what we call the spiciness level, and I have ramped it up to 5 chili peppers. So you can do 3, you can do 5. I'll add this task and then click break it down. So you click on the magic one there and it breaks this down into several micro steps. You can further break these down with the magic wand. Each one of them, it says gather a large bin of laundry bucket for collecting rubbish. So these are the steps. Put on a pair of disposable gloves to protect your hands. Survey the room to identify all areas with depression mess. I think this one is a little bit vague. So if I want to break this one further down, I'll click on the magic wand here and it breaks this down to further steps that I can follow. So you can see I'm going all the way down and I can break each one of these steps further into more steps so that it makes it easier to complete the whole task. As I've said, in my Google Doc, I have several of them grouped into several different tests for you to try out. So when you have opportunity, download the Google Doc and then try them out. There are several of them here, but this is what the magic to do does for you. It breaks these steps down, makes it very simple, and if you have a messy brain, if you are a neurodivergent person, you don't have to be more productive. It's about removing decisions so that you can move forward. For people who are neurodivergent or have ADHD or are struggling with messy brains, these are ways you can quickly make decisions with steps and it will make decision making quicker and better for you. Now, if you look at these steps here, they are decisions you can make quickly and you take them as you have done, cancel them out. When you go into the ellipsis here, it says estimate. You can estimate, you can edit, you can add Substack, and you can actually clear the estimate or remove the whole task on its own. So this is how the magic to do works. It breaks things down so you don't have to. Now let's move into the next mini tool, which is the formalizer. What does the formalizer do for you? The formalizer is the stop rewriting for an hour button. It's that button that would help you stop rewriting for several hours that waste so much time because you don't really know what to write or what to rewrite. So let's look at some examples from our Google Doc. On the formalizer, it says a land on message, which is quite messy. We'll copy that message and then go into the formalizer and then paste this message in there. It said, "Hi, sorry to bother you again, but the leak is worse and it's stressing me out. It's dripping more now and I don't know what to do. Can someone come soon?" Now we have several options here. Do you want it to be more professional, more technical, more accessible, more polite, more snacky, angrier, easy to understand, formal, informal, sociable? I would prefer more polite. And then I'll hit on the button convert. So this is how our converted test would be. Hello, I apologize for bothering you again, but the leak has worsened and I am feeling quite concerned. It's now dripping more and I am unsure of the best course of action. Would it be possible for someone to come and assist at our earliest convenience? Thanks very much. So the landlord who is not living in house with you would get this message, and rather than rewriting this same message several times because you don't know whether it's in the right tone, this tool would help you do that. If you want to make it more angrier, uh, you can convert that to make it more angrier. So hey, hi, I hate to have to bother you again, but the leak has seriously worsened and I am completely overwhelmed by the stress of it. It's dripping relentlessly now and I am at my wits end, not knowing what to do. How much longer am I supposed to wait? Can someone please come and fix this immediately? Yeah, that is an angry tone there. If you want to make it more sarcastic, say we'll convert it. You see, as I mentioned in the magic to do, we have the spiciness level at 3 here. That's the maximum. So it's more spiced. This is a fantastic. This is a sarcastic way of writing this same information. Say, oh, fantastic! Just what I needed. Another lovely inconvenience. So it's funny. The league has decided to escalate its performance and is now practically a waterfall. Truly, I'm just delighted in the stress it's causing, and any chance someone could grace me with their presence before I drown. Oh, so you can copy it to your clipboard and then put it to an email probably you want to send to the landlord. There are several examples here. Like this one says, it's a boundary test. It says, I can't do this tonight. I'm bent out. Sorry. So there's a message you're sending to a colleague or your boss. You copy this and paste that there. Or your partner if possible. And you want this to be more passionate or less emotional. Is let's see. I can't do this tonight. I'm bent out. Sorry. And the more passionate version are 3 uh, chili spiciness level. I simply cannot face this tonight. I am utterly exhausted, but both in body and soul. Please forgive me. I need to rest and gather myself before I can carry on. That's more passionate. Let's try a more emotional version of this. So I am not able to do this tonight. I'm feeling quite tired. Apologize. Good. Yeah, so that is what the formalizer would do for you. Let's move to the judge. We have close to 5 more to do. And we go into our notes in the Google Doc. And the judge says, let's use this one here. Can you send that over today? We'll copy that. Go into a Goblin Tools and then paste it in there. And then we suggest a response, or we'll add another response there, entire response here, or we will judge this one. We can take it off. Let's judge this response. Good. So this is the judgment of the response that we got from this message? Can you send this? Can you send that over today? So how, first of all, how does the charge works? The charge is for the did they just snap at me moment. When you get a message, but you don't know what it really means. Am I misreading the tone of this message because it looks kind of sarcastic, kind of vague? The judge would help you understand this information better. So it gives you a thorough explanation of this and what it may mean. It says the phrase, can you send that over today, conveys a tone that is generally straightforward and somewhat urgent. It, it suggests a sense of expectation and a desire for prompt resolution. Blah 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 blah. From there, overall, the phrase emotional impact largely hinges on tone, context, and relationship between the parties involved. Yeah, so that is one. Now let's go for the second one. There it says, not sure why this wasn't done last week, but okay. Yeah, that would be quite interesting. Let's see what that's. So we'll paste that there and then charge it. The tone of this text seems to convey a mixture of mild irritation and frustration, combined with a hint of resignation or acceptance. The phrase, not sure why this wasn't done last week, suggests that the speaker is somewhat perplexed or perhaps slightly annoyed about the delay. So, this is what that information uh, you had from either an email or a text message uh, probably meant. And you were misreading the tone and didn't know how to respond to it, the judge will help you do that. Let's move on to the professor. What does the professor do? The professor is for when your brain can't handle a long article. Now let's go into our Google Doc and look what we have for the professor. The professor explain executive dysfunction like exhausted. Then give one practical example for a normal work day. We copy that, go in there, and then we paste it, and then the spiciness at highest maximum. You can always go for help here, and then it'll tell you what the professor basically does. So the professor will try to give explanation of what you input as if you would as a smart friend. It will give a short explanation and an example that helps clarify it. The chili spiciness level tells the prof how simple you need the explanation to be. It can always explain things at the right level, but it tries. It can't always explain things in the right level, but it tries. The professor uses the most advanced model available. Yeah, of course, it's an AI. So let's explain executive function, and we are going for the maximum spiciness here. Executive function is when your brain has trouble organizing, planning, starting, or finishing tasks. It's like your mind is tired, overwhelmed, and can't quite get things going or keep track of everything. So, blah blah blah, it has a lot of information there. So you wake up in the morning feeling overwhelmed and can't decide what to do first, even though you know you have things to get done. Yeah, so this video has taken me quite some time to create. So I went through my own executive dysfunction, and finally it's done now. So the Goblin Tools actually helped me. I did a few things with the magic to do, especially with how to set the video up, and it made it easier for me to do that. Yeah. So that is basically what the professor would do for you. There are several other options there. You can try it out, yeah, yourself. Explain decision fatigue in one paragraph. Okay, that's interesting. Let's try that and see. Then give 3 steps to reduce it. Okay, so we would highlight all of that and paste our new statement. Explain as a decision fatigue in one paragraph. Then give 3 steps rule to reduce it. Okay, our three chili spiciness. Decision fatigue is when making a lot of choices in a row wears you out mentally, making it harder to decide clearly or make good choices at times goes on, blah blah blah. So imagine you wake up, that's the scenario. Imagine you wake up every morning and have to decide what to wear, what to eat, and what tasks to prioritize, all before your workday even begins. By the end of the day, you are mentally exhausted from making so many choices, and your decisions become less thoughtful or more impulsive. So the three-step rule goes as follows: prepare key decisions in advance, limit small daily choices, automate routine tasks whenever possible. So that is it with the professor and how it helps you. Professor gives you a quick crash course. All right, for the consultant, what does a consultant do for us? The consultant basically is for decisions you keep looping on. It continues on and on. So our examples here for the professor is this message here. We'll copy and then paste into Goblin Tools. Consultant, sorry, not professor, consultant. Should I simplify my productivity tools to just Google Doc, Google Keep, and one AI tool? I'm tired of managing systems. So in another video, I have a quick AI workflow that helps me with messy brains, how to actually use AI to get things done quickly. I'll link to that video in the description as well, and in the top of this video if possible. So let's give an advice. So as you see this microphone here, you can actually use your phone if you have it, or use your microphone on the computer to actually record a voice note or voice message, as compared to copy and pasting details from this one. So yeah, reduce cognitive load and mental clutter by focusing on fewer tools. Simplifies workflow, making it easier to stay organized and productive. Yeah, so it's giving you all this information. It's simplifying Google Doc, Google Keep, and one AI to aligns well with reducing cognitive load, streamlining workflow. Yeah, it's giving you a lot of information there. I will not read everything. You can use the Google Doc to create the same information. I'll give you everything in the description, so don't worry about that. Let's try the other information as well. So should I pay for an AI meeting note taker or keep it free and manual? So a consultant, should you do this or that? Let's see what the consultant says. So choosing to pay for an AI meeting note taker can be advantageous for the need if the need for accurate, organized, and easily shareable notes align with your priorities, and you are willing to manage potential cost, privacy, and reliability consents. So that's it. That'll be your personal consultant, and that's what he or she will be able to do for you. Okay, let's move to the next two. We are almost done. Take it easy. The estimator. The estimator stops the classic "this will take 5 minutes" lie. So you normally lie to yourself, oh, this task is going to take just 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, before you realize it's taking 50 minutes and an hour you never planned for. Mm, yeah, so you can see this too. As you saw in the magic to do, there was an estimate function in the ellipsis, the three dots. That is the same to you. So it says always also available on magic to do items. So the same thing here, we will copy and paste this. So this is for the previous one. Let's go into the estimator and do an admin reset. Let's copy that and then paste into the estimator. Add 2, which is the maximum spiciness. Our estimate says it's going to take 5 minutes to 1 hour to do an admin reset, pay bills, reply to urgent mails, book appointment, file one form. So that is what the estimator is telling us here. Very simple to. Okay, so record a 10-minute screen tutorial with a downloadable Google Docs kit. We paste this in there, record a 10-minute screen tutorial with a downloadable Google Doc kit. So it's going to take 10 minutes to 1 hour. That's reasonable. Yeah, that's a very simple tool. So you can actually do this with every step you used on the magic to do, which is the first and the main two. You can actually estimate how long it's going to take you to do that. Now we go to the compiler. Yeah, that is another fascinating tool. So with the compiler, it is for the I have 19 thoughts and none of them are organized days. Those days that you have 21 thoughts and none of them is organized. Let's go into our Google Doc and see what the compiler have for us. So we are going to paste this. We'll copy it and then paste it into the compiler. Compile my brain dump into a list of tasks. Yes, the need to sort this week. Pay count council task. Reply to landlord about leak. Finish client proposal. Make Goblin Tools video. Gym twice. Groceries. Yes, that was a huge task for me last Monday until Wednesday. That was last week. I struggled with this one, so that's when I wrote this information. And this tool actually helped me compile that brain dump. So as it says, yeah, your tasks are one sort this week, pay council task, reply to landlord about leak, finish client proposal, make Goblin Tools video, go to the gym twice. Yeah, I could only do one. Yeah, I was able to do two last week. Yeah, buy groceries, write mom's birthday message, attend dentist appointments, resolve bank app, lockout, tidy the desk, review the content calendar. Okay, so you can send this results to your Magic To Do. Yeah, to break it down even further. This looks like the Magic To Do anyways. Yeah, so that's basically it. You can always go on to the help and see what the compiler actually does. So the compiler takes a text and tries to distill a list of actionable items from it. You can rumble about anything and it will try its best to turn it into a to-do to-do items. When it has done the job, you can send the new items directly to Magic To Do list. That is with the compiler. I love this one. Yeah, it's a simpler version of the Magic To Do, and yeah, it gives you a list, and I love listicles. Now we move to the penultimate, the last one, which is the chef. Chef is for the I am hungry and I can't decide problem. Okay, so what do we have in our Google Doc for the chef? Okay, we've got some ingredients. Let's see what the chef was going to prepare for us. Let's copy our ingredients and then we will select this, delete it, go to chef, sorry. Okay, write what ingredients you have here. You can also write down dietary constraints, serving sizes, equipment, time, or anything else you want the chef to take into account. So the chef will do its best to suggest a dish that you can make with ingredients and details you give it. The more ingredients, the more elaborate the dish, blah blah blah. Okay, let's put our ingredients here: eggs, Greek yogurt, oats, banana, frozen berries, spinach, chicken breast, rice, soy sauce, garlic. Okay, what could we cook? You could cook what? Wow, this name banana berry, hey, spinach, oatmeal bowl with grilled chicken. Wow, one bowl, about 2 cups, 480 ml. Okay, ingredients: one banana, 100 grams Greek yogurt, 50 grams oat, frozen berry, 1 tablespoon. Okay, cook the oats in the pot with water and little water, or a little water, and cook until soft. Set aside. Yeah, okay, there you go. So you can send this into your Magic To Do to break it down even further, or copy it on your clipboard and use for whatever you want. Let's go to the next. Is that I should have copied everything, both the ingredients and then our constraints as well. Okay, on the next one, let's copy the last one. I give up prompt. We'll copy that and go into our two. I'll paste that in there. I have 5 minutes and no energy. Give me three options using anything common. That's interesting. That is what he's giving us. Certainly, here are three simple and quick options. Using common ingredients from someone with limited energy and time. Tomato and our eggs crumble. 1/7 size, one person. Simple. Two large eggs, one medium tomato, salt, pepper. Ah, that's beautiful though. There are several other options as well. So go in there and then try all of these out. So that's basically it. The chef, what am I having for lunch on? None of these is about being more productive, but rather about removing decisions so you can move quicker and better and do things faster. If you want the exact copy paste kit as I mentioned and I have used in this tutorial, all the brain dumps, messages, tools, plus a one-page template, grab the free Google Doc in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to give you a lot of messy brain tips, hacks, workflows, AI, tools, brain dumps, messages, whatever you need to get on with AI. If you are neurodivergent, you have ADHD, you have a messy brain, overwhelmed, burnout, subscribe and you have everything you need in 2026 and beyond to be a better person, be more decisive, and make decisions quicker. Alright, without much ado, see you on the next one.